Yep, you got to be able to be trusting, to be intimate. Avoiding personality disorder, because we're going to be talking about that in what we discuss in today. Anybody ever heard of that before? It's extreme avoidance of social interaction driven by fears of rejection and feeling of interpersonal inadequacy. Intrapersonal is I know me. I'm good at controlling my emotions. I got self-awareness, so you can't tell me who I am. Time is too valuable to be wasted on anything less than love, good vibes, and happiness. Intimacy is often associated with sex because being intimate is seen as being physically close to someone else. However, there are other forms of intimacy that don't involve sex or touch at all, such as emotional, intellectual, experiential, and spiritual intimacy. These are just as important as physical intimacy. All these types of intimacy can help strengthen healthy relationships, but sometimes you might notice yourself or your partner avoiding or being unable to be as close as you want them to be. Perhaps they're anxious about being so open or afraid to show their insecurities with you. Rejection and engulfment. You know what engulfment is? You feel like the relationship is going to take over your life. You're not going to have your freedom anymore. You're going to be responsible for making somebody happy, when it's easier to just make me happy. A person is afraid that their relationship is going to take over their life. One reason why you may avoid intimacy may have to do with fears of rejection and engulfment. This means you're afraid possibly of being hurt, being controlled, dominated, or losing yourself in your relationship, particularly if you lost yourself in a past relationship and it took you a while to figure out who you were. Again, you had to rediscover yourself, rediscover your likes. And once you get out of something like that, oh man, that's where a lot of times that engulfment comes from. I'm not going to let that happen again. I'm not going to allow somebody to smother me again. This means you're afraid of possibly being controlled, dominated, or losing yourself in your relationship. The fact is that most people have underlying false beliefs that when triggered cause fears that lead to controlling, protective, and avoidant behavior. These false beliefs may involve believing that you're not enough for your partner or that you need to give up part of yourself for the relationship. Have you ever had somebody on your side or who was down with you and they finally got frustrated and said, damn, would you let me love you? In cases like this, communication is key. The way you get out of that is communication. Y'all got to talk to each other. Y'all got to level with each other. And you got to be honest with that person and you got to be vulnerable. When we are open to learning about ourselves and our partner's fears and underlying false beliefs, our relationship becomes an evolving relationship.